get out today. Why the weather's warm, it's muggy, cloudy. I still need to get out. I can't be staying in. So make our way to the woods. So I try to go to my usual spot today, but the film crews are in down there and I can't get there. So I've pulled into a lay-by, found this little area here, and I'll do the video from here today, I think. So I think this is like a mountain bike track or something. There's lots of hills and clear runways. I'm certain it'll be like a mountain bike track of some sort within the woods here. So I've just got to listen out, I suppose, make sure I don't get hit by a bike. So I'm going to find a log to sit down on and we'll talk about today's content. What happens is usually a viewer's question will come in and I'll dress it in a way that that I hope that you understand. And today I made a massive mistake, and I was researching the keywords. What are people Googling? And there's something like 5.2 million searches a month on how to be a medium. And so I think I need to do a video on that. So I get really disheartened when I make searches like that and I see the content that is available. I then go into that content and I will read through the comments, and and I get a level of frustration, a level of annoyance, and kind of get very disheartened in that sense when people are searching for content, for information, for knowledge, to unfold a spiritual journey, and then they come across some of the videos that I've come across this morning where it just seems to be mystical, unreachable, and if you sign up for this and if you sign up for that, and if you pay this much money and so on and so forth, you understand where I'm going with it. Now, I appreciate that there are going to be areas in every niche that you go to where you'll have people that are expressing a knowledge, but it's not really, it doesn't make sense. The philosophy doesn't work, or logically it just doesn't make sense. And today on searching how to be a medium, there are some tremendous videos out there with delusional ideas, or they've made it so far-fetched that I think we need to cover it in this video. So when people are looking into mediumship or looking to understand mediumship a little bit better, they're looking for a relatable aspect. They're definitely finding channels that have the same kind of idea. Maybe they've got a scare story. Maybe they've watched a movie or something like that, and they make this big drama out of it, this huge dramatized effect from it. And once they find a channel or a person, a medium, where they can relate their story to said story, that's when the following begins for the medium or the channel. The problem I have with that is that mediumship is just that of the mind. It's a state of consciousness that we're working with, and so providing your mind is open and you're accepting of the spirit world, then every single experience that we go through is unique to the individual, unique to the medium, because it's working with the imagination, it's working with the life experience, the life references. Everything's unique to that said individual, which will mean perspective is different. It's let me give you a short story of a few days ago when I was out with my 10-year-old daughter. I took her down to Southend and we went to Pleasure Island or something like that. And the older I've got, the less I like the big rides and stuff like that. I don't like that feeling of thinking I'm going to die, or you know, the adrenaline hit of these rides. And so I jumped on a little roller coaster with her, and we went on it and got off afterwards, and she was like, oh my God, I love it, I love it, I love it, I want to go again. Her perspective, you know, she enjoys that feeling of her heart rate going up. She's 10, you know, they're fearless, aren't they, at that age? And so I want to do it again, want to get back in the queue and go again. And then my perspective was like, bloody hell, that was a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. Whew, my heart feels like it's bouncing out my chest, and you know what, I don't fancy that again. I don't like that at all. So, and this happens in mediumship. You know, like, my perspective was one of fear, one where I didn't like it, and that feeling was absolutely terrifying, and I don't want to do it again. There's no way I'm going to go to it again. But the perspective of the 10-year-old, my daughter, that was amazing, let's do it again. And I can instantly reference that back to mediumship. Like, it's only because I have an inbuilt fear now. You know, you see these shock reports on the news where a roller coaster crashes, and you know, some people get very, very hurt and changes their life completely, or maybe even take their life. My daughter doesn't have that knowledge. My daughter doesn't have that understanding. She's just running free. She's just like, yeah, let's do it again, let's do it again. And this happens in mediumship, where people, they have, I'll say a knowledge, but it's not a knowledge, it's like an education. They've been educated a fear, they've been educated a way, by a movie, by a teacher, by something, some form of medium there. They have been taught this process. And there's other people that look for it, and they want to understand it, and they want to go through it. And so it makes it that relatable aspect that I'm talking about. You know, I ran a Zoom workshop or circle last night, and I know they won't mind me saying, but two people had like these two different angles. I had one saying, Charlie, what do you do when they don't shut up? And you know, one form of teaching or philosophy would be like, right, you've got to close down, you've got to put yourself in a box, you've got to protect yourself, you've got to do all of these rituals that go with it. And if you've been learning that for a number of years, and all your teachings and all the channels that you watch and the information that you're receiving has told you to do this, then of course this seems normal to you. But my answer was, well, tell them to shut up, stop looking for it. You know, and so I didn't try to offend. You know, there will be a part of her that was offended, but the simple mechanic behind shutting them up in that sense is that camera just fell. That's not good, is it? The simple process there, the simple mechanic for this is that the moment the intent goes there, like, are they still there? Are they still talking to me? Are they still impressing my mind? So the moment your mind moves there and you look for it, of course it's going to be there. The spirit world is omnipresent. Of course it's going to be there. It's going to still be there. And every time you move your mind there, it's going to be there. So that's what I said, you know, stop looking for it. Tell them to shut up. So, and you're not telling them to shut up. You're telling your mind to shut up. Stop looking for them, you idiot. Stop looking for them. And that way you're not aware of it. Stop becoming aware, and for it to stop. There was another one that was like, I had the communicator, I could feel him very clearly, but he didn't want to talk. He didn't want to talk. And I was like, that makes no sense to me. Why would they not want to talk? Why would you move your awareness to that, your intent to the spirit world? Why would you do that? A man turn up and then go, I ain't saying anything, no. I'm not talking to you today. That doesn't make sense to me. So I said to her, that's what you need to express. Express that kind of character. The moment that kind of evidence of that character has been given off, it makes no sense to persist with that kind of character. And she didn't really understand what I was talking about. So I said, look, if someone is coming through and they are a horrible man, they are a murderer or an abuser, you know, whatever, like, let's make it a terrible, terrible scenario, they have to bring that forward as their evidence, because that's their evidence. That's what the person in the room or the client understands. And so you can't make an angel out of a monster. You can't do that. The evidence has to present itself there. And so they're the statements that we have to be giving forward. So take that into account and you start to realise why things appear to be bad, why things seem to be going bump in the night, or why things are misread. Because the evidence of the character that's coming through has to be talking about the things that they've done, evidence. And then the communication can move forward from there. So what I'm saying is, basically, is that it's only a mind thing for you to be the medium. There's no, you know, of course development. You need to develop your awareness and your sensitivity. That's a given, isn't it? You're trying to understand it a little bit better. But you don't need the rituals. You don't need to be sitting there for hours and hours on end, purchasing packs and listening to the dribble that is currently available. I feel for the people that are out there looking for development. I got out of that circle very, very quickly. Logically, it didn't make sense to me. Preaching intelligence, preaching a love essence, and then spend most of the evening protecting, grounding, other rituals. You know, that list is endless. So to become a medium is very, very simple. If you accept that there's a spirit world there, then the development can start very, very quickly, very easily. And through logic, through exercise, through working with this on a regular basis, you'll find that mediumship's actually very normal. It's something that may have been present your entire life, and something that you've just dismissed, you know, like maybe you knew people were gonna pass, maybe you was aware of someone in the room, maybe all these things have been happening for a number of years. Only now you have an understanding of what that is. We don't need to make dramatic stories on how you first found out or what to do now. It's just express. It's an art of expression, an intelligence impregnating an idea within the imagination and you learning to express it. And basically that's it. It doesn't make you special, it doesn't make you chosen. So I'm going to round it up here today. I just felt like this one needed to go out. I'm sure not many people will agree. I'm sure of that, you know, but it is what it is. So for now, I'm going to sign off for this one, make my way all the way back up this track, and go cut my grass or something. So enjoy. I'll speak to you all next time. Subscribe if you aren't already. I always forget about that bit. Like and share if you got some sort of value out of it. Engage in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next video.